YouTube land and nomads. I talked about the idea of possibly mixing in some videos about St. Augustine and the other places that I'm going to try to explore to keep my mind off the situation, and then I talked about also doing some update videos. So that's kind of the plan for right now, is just kind of mix it all in, and maybe a month or two down the road, since this is kind of a live vlog, I want to share with you the day-to-day stuff as well. But I may delete all these types of videos that are related to the transmission at some point, just because it might not be fun to watch. But I want to update. Here's where I'm parking my car, my rental car, which I go in tomorrow, and I will pay for another week rental car for a week. I'm here at the AMCO transmission shop, and go back here, you can see I've got my RV back here. So let me talk about that. The owners of the transmission shop have we've kind of worked out a little deal where I can move back into my RV. So I did check out of the hotel, the townhouse hotel, and I've moved back in. There are obviously some tricky stuff to this, like here's my entrance door. Maybe if I didn't have a beer belly, I could actually fit into my side door, but it's not really a possibility right now. I've got power, so that's cool. I've got my cord plugged in right here with the adapter. I can't run like major appliances or anything, but I am able to charge the battery in case I'm not going to get solar. I do have solar though, and I'm getting solar, so that's great. It's a secure place where I can, lock up all my stuff. But at the same time, I'm just, I'm not going to be staying in the RV. It's just nice to have it back. I walked in there today, and just the smell of the new RV again, 'cause it still has that new RV smell, even with the burnt transmission. But just everything felt so good to be back in there, because it's my home, and that means a lot to me. Transmission is taken out right now. It's the RV is not, cannot be operated on the road at all right now, which creates a couple dilemmas. If I'm going to be using the indoor facilities, the toilet and the shower, I'm going to be filling up the gray tank and the black tank holding tank, and I have no way to empty those waste tanks at this time. I do have water hookups to fill up my tank and to get fresh water. But if this ends up lasting like 2 more weeks from now, or dare I say, I live at this shop for the next month or the entire rest of the winter, don't count that out at this point. We'll get to their diagnosis. Then there might be a time where I may have to go get one of those portable waste tank things. I'm sure a lot of RVers are hip to them, but if you don't want to move your RV, you can put this tank underneath, and then you pull your valves and you empty into the tank, and then you find a way to transport that portable tank to an RV dump station. It can get kind of heavy, and I'll have to figure it out at that point, right? I'll just have no choice. So the transmission itself, they're finding the ripped up gears, all the metal shavings and everything. So internally now it's just a matter of in 48 hours from now, they might end up having all the parts to be able to start the rebuild process. Once all that gets done, there's a couple issues here. Something caused the transmission to go out earlier than it was. So since they're going to put a huge warranty on it that's recognized nationally at all AMCOs, they're going to diagnose it further and try to find out why the transmission burned up so quickly and so soon. And after that, there are also 2 other codes that are popping up that they're going to research and try to get, because it would be really weird after all this, get the transmission fixed and then not actually fix the problem that made the transmission burn up. And the other 2 indicators, it looks like a catalytic converter possibly, and maybe EGR, something about purge, and I'll get into all that. That's way out in the future at this point. Right now we got to get this thing back on the road transmission wise. So gives me a little bit of time if I wanted to work on the inside. Obviously I've got nothing else to do, but also with the rental car, that does free me up to go explore more of Jacksonville and St. Augustine, and that's kind of my plan. Although today I just want to kind of get settled. Then tomorrow morning I'll go out, and I will try my best to keep a video up every single day during this process. And then also reiterate the fact that I talked about a couple days ago. You know, Florida in the winter is not a terrible time or place to break down in an RV. I'm not stuck in the RV like I was in Patterson, California. So things are a lot different this time, and I'm in really good spirits considering this is frankly ridiculous. But I can't, I'm not in control. So the best I can do is try to control what I can control, and that is my attitude about everything. So yeah. And I've also mentioned this in some other videos. Sometimes the cool thing about living in an RV and having your comfort space is that when you kind of close all the blinds and everything, no matter what's going on outside the RV, it does kind of, it helps me relax and be happy and not get all stressed out, because it's my home, and it feels comforting to be back in my home. Right, Jax? Are you happy? Okay. Good. The view outside is not magical, but again, I'll put up the front thing here so I'm not looking at other broke down cars and vehicles and stuff. Yeah, so I'm going to clean up the RV, put away all the stuff from the hotel the last 3 days, because I think once this place is spotless and clean, I think my attitude might change as well. And I didn't even check to see where south is. I don't even know if I'm going to get TV to watch anything. North is there, so south is behind us. There is a building off to my right, but since south is directly behind me, should be able to get some TV at least, you know. That's the other thing, is like all the stuff you pay for, and then you're not able to use it when you get broke down, depending on, you know, what it is, the TV or the, I don't know, just whatever upgrades you've made, you also can't use them. So, yeah. Wi-Fi booster update. It had not arrived to Wayne's house before I left Panama City. I forgot to mention that. And there was no tracking or shipping information, so that's unfortunate. I was really looking forward to having that down in southern Florida to review and to talk about the booster in contrast. You know, and I also wanted to reiterate, well, that was a product that you buy initially and then you don't have a service. So you're still relying on public Wi-Fi, but you can be farther away from those places because your booster reaches, basically. And as another update here, pretty soon I'm going to be debuting a new unlimited Wi-Fi service. And I'm not going to talk a whole lot about it, probably until I've had it for a week, and because I don't even have it yet physically, but I did pay for it. And then I will talk about how somebody else might be able to acquire the same kind of unlimited. So when that arrives, I've got a buddy who's let me use his P.O. box in town. I'll talk about it at least and be able to stay connected. For right now, the only Wi-Fi I have is when I physically leave this place and go find a coffee shop or something. But like I said, I've got all day. So that is our update. Tomorrow I'll have a better video from St. Augustine. Can you say bye? Can you say meow? Can you say anything? Can you whine? What? You're kind of whining. Oh. What a ham. All right, see you guys later. Hey guys, I'm Eric. This is Jax. Thanks for watching our RV channel. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up below. If you want to communicate with us, I'm not a big fan of YouTube comments, so hit me up over on Facebook, or I'll give you my direct email in the video description below so you can contact us. I've got lots of other videos you can check out. Also, subscribe to our channel so you can get the latest updates on the road, and we'll see you again soon.